And we're live, and we're looking at the Twitch chat. Sorry, I forgot to pull Discord up. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? What's the vibe? How are we doing? Are the vibes good? Are we all having a good day? How are you doing, Scott?
I've never been better.
That's good.
In my life. This is the single greatest day of my existence.
They call me Pookie. Says, I got my book. That's good. Do you like it?
Ayo, nice.
For those who don't know, that's the Panty Bear, or just something else. Maybe it's not the Panty Bear. Maybe they just got a random book and they're really excited about it.
The Panty Bear at BrysonScott.store. You gotta plug the merch.
Oh yeah, Bryce. I forgot how to type. Bryce and Scott.store. That's where you can buy our book. Go do it. Is that power? Yes. I'm working on some stuff even though I'm tired today. That's good. It's always good to work. Especially if you want to.
Don't push yourself too hard. Unless you want to.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you want to work, it's always good to have that motivation to work even if you're tired. So Scott, you've been doing fan art a lot recently. You know, your fan art Mondays.
Every Monday.
Are there any characters that you've not done that you still really want to do?
No, I'll tell you, this is maybe one of the last fan art Mondays for a while. This drawing here, because
I just killed fan art Monday. I'm sorry, everybody.
I don't know. I just couldn't think of any characters to draw, and so I picked Power, even though I've never watched the show or read the manga, so I don't really know anything about Power. So if I do something stupid, like something doesn't make sense with their character,
drawer holding a cake. That'll make people really happy.
Tell me what I do wrong. But I don't know. I just couldn't think of any, but I needed one for next Monday, because I won't be working. So I did Power, and if I just can't think of any more, because I really like drawing those like childhood crush type characters, like Gwen, um, Shell, like people like that. That was fun for me. Um, I don't think that I'll continue to do it if I just have to draw like random characters. So I don't know. How long did that last? Like 2 months, 3 months?
Well, I would like to point out that Bright says, "So you are the culprit of my boners," which is a really funny, really funny comment. The culprit of my boners. I've never heard that before.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, the culprit of your boners. Have you ever done art trades, Scott? And what would it take to get to do one with you?
Yeah, I've done art trades. Now it's a lot harder for me to do them because it's I don't have nearly as much time as I used to. I used to have a lot of free time, and so I would do art trades with my buddies, and that was fun. But now I don't have a lot of time. Now I'm too famous. Bigger numbers, better person. No, but now I don't really have a lot of time. So even though there are some people that I'd like to do them with, I only really do stuff like that if it's like somebody that I just really want to draw their stuff. And even then, usually like when like Bongphil started getting popular and I found his stuff for the first time, I was like, wow, I really want to do like I want to draw his character. And instead of doing like an art trade, I just drew his character. So that's the kind of stuff I do now. I don't really do like art trades. Just if there's something that really piques my interest,
The last art trade I remember you doing was that one with Aega. You might have done one after that. That's just the last one I remember.
Maybe.
The one where you drew the girl in the water.
Yeah, I remember the one you're talking about. That might have been the last one. Or I might have done one with like
you had in that era, like our early streaming era, you had you did a lot of art trades. Because it was when we were first meeting a lot of artists. And so you did
It's a good way to practice your skills. Competing against your fellow art friends.
When would you consider an art style being stolen?
I don't know if you can, like... That's kind of a loaded question. I don't know if you can really just straight up steal an art style. I mean, you would have to really be trying to just straight up mimic a style for there to be like none of your own creativity.
I want to say, kind of what I think happens a lot, because I feel like you see this a lot where people accuse like other Twitter artists of being like other artists, and I kind of have a theory about this a little bit. I think that, and I think this goes with any art form, I think that people when you're like starting out, or not even starting out, but like it takes a long time to find something that is like a natural and you recognizable style. And the way you build that is just through studying a lot of styles and taking the things you like. And I think a lot of times, because of like waiting for publishing and things like that, it used to take like a lot of people wouldn't get published until they had been drawing or writing or creating for a very long time. But nowadays with Twitter, you have a lot of people that are putting their work out really young, and establishing themselves a lot younger. And I think that because of that, you're seeing them in that phase where they're still like really inspired and taking a lot of inspiration from other people. And so I feel like you see more people where it's like you can see the development of someone's art style and see it go through those phases in a way that I don't think you used to be able to see as openly, especially with people like trying to post every day and trying to post a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think that, and just in general, I think to be at the point where you're just copying somebody's style and you're not like putting any of your own spin on it, like you have to be really making an effort to do that. Like, you know what I mean? You have to really be trying to be like, I don't want any of my own touch in this. I just want this to look like somebody else's work. And at that point, I feel like it's pretty obvious. But at every other point, you know, there's at least some kind of originality there. Yeah, so it would be hard to say that like it's just straight up stolen.
Yeah, I've always been kind of like I don't think there's anything wrong with people's styles being similar, at least in my personal preference. Like, I think if one creator has a style or a way they do things that's similar to another one, I feel like people really take that as a thing to insult the creator with. Or because one thing that I've learned a lot through creating and putting work out there for a long time is that people love to do this thing where they, and I don't think they mean to do it in a negative way all the time, but they love to compare things. And so when you show something off to someone, the first thing they want to do is compare it or tell you how it's similar to another thing, even if you've never interacted with that thing, or even if that was not like done intentionally. And I think people, they do that a lot. And I think it's just something like, I don't know, for me, I just think, I think as long as something is made with artistic intent, and as long as, you know, like Scott said, everything has its own originality put into it. Like, it's hard to look at anything and say that it isn't like, it isn't its own thing. Like it's like, it doesn't matter like who inspires you or what you do. I think that you know, you can't you can't just duplicate somebody else's work. You still make it your own in some kind of way. Yeah.
Just do that.
I can't tell you how many times people have told me your style looks like Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, you hear stuff like that a lot. People tell you your style looks like something. A big one I used to get when I would post on writing prompts a lot, when I was posting there like every day, was you'd get a lot of people that would say like, this story's just like this, or this story's just like this, or oh, I bet you read this book, or I bet you did this. And it's like, most of the time I'd never heard of those things. I had never even encountered what they were. And it's just people just, they always want to compare something to something else, which isn't always a bad, like I said, I don't think people do it with ill intent always. But I think it's one of those things that it's very frustrating as a creator when that happens.
People don't do it with ill intent. Usually it's just like, for whatever reason, it's their first reaction to stuff. I don't know.
Well, I think it's because your brain kind of goes like, oh, I like this thing. This thing's like that. Or, oh, I don't like this thing. This thing's like that. And I think that's a fine thought to have. But as a creator, it's really frustrating when you like get told that, because like, you know, I don't give a shit about that other thing. You know, you want to like, obviously a creator wants to like, you just want your work to stand on your own and not be compared to things before, which is impossible. You can't expect that of people. But Josh asked why not take suggestions for Fan Art Mondays?
Because I only want to draw stuff that I want to draw. Like, all of the characters that I've done fan art of, with the exception of this power, it's been because it's been like, I really want to draw that character, or I want to see what this character looks like when I draw them in my style. My favorite one was the Nicole one. And I don't really have any interest in just like doing fan art just to do it. I'd much rather draw Lucia or Stray.
I'm surprised you never drew like a Faye, like from Cowboy Bebop.
You know, that's a good one. I could draw that.
Or like some of like the more anime centric ones from when we were younger. I'm surprised, because you've drawn some deep cuts. Like you drew Lynn from Spirited Away and stuff like that. You've drawn some stuff that like people definitely don't really ever draw. Not that people don't really draw Faye, but it's still not one you see like super common. Because I think she would look really, really good in your style, especially the post sheet format, because the way Cowboy Bebop is stylistically.
To be fair, everybody looks good in my style. I'm great. I say as I have to undo the whole face that I just drew.
But yeah, I think that's one thing. I think people worry too much about like their stuff seeming similar to other people's stuff when they create, because I think it's kind of like that you know, like that old saying of like everything is gonna come off as derivative of something, because there are so many things that have been made, you know, that it's really hard. every idea, every story, every piece of creativity or art you've ever seen, like as original as like you want to like think it is, and as original as it might be, it all comes from this like basic idea that's really generic and has been done a million times. What makes it original and creative is the spin that you put on it or what you do on it. So people like a lot of times what happens is they'll see that like generic idea or they'll see that underlining plot and that's what will make them go like, ooh, it's like that thing. Whereas like, you know, the more nuanced stuff, the stuff that makes it original and creative, you know, it's that's stuff that you don't really get just by a surface level glance at it.
Cannot draw Power's face.
Also, someone said, don't draw Power in that pose or the cosplayer will charge you for using her pose. I don't know which pose that's a reference to, but I feel like I actually do remember this.
It's the one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's her vagina. You see.
Also, hello.
I don't know actually enough about it to make even really jokes about it, so I won't comment.
Also, hello, everyone saying hello.
Hello, everyone saying hello.
I said hello first, so I care more about you than Scott does. Yeah, the Panty Bear has been, it's really cool that a lot of people have been buying it. We've gotten to drive to the post office a lot, which is a good thing. It's cool that everyone likes it so much. Now, our post office is pretty easygoing.
I mean, we do just drop shit off at the counter. Like, we don't actually...
That is true.
Why can't I draw this face? This is pissing me off.
It's literally just, you just walk in and just... And so the first day we came in with... When we were like, hey, guy, what do we do with this? And he was like, I just put him on the counter. He did not seem like he was very enthused that we were there. And we were like, well, we have a few of them. And he was like, just put them on the counter. We had about 40 boxes. And there was just like a tower on the counter when we left. Do you guys ever plan to re-release the Lucia plushie? I said Lucia. Ugh. The Lucia plushie. I missed out the first time. The 2 plushies that have been done won't be done again because they were limited run things with Makeship. They're done and they're over with. But there will very possibly be a plushie again, another one. But it would be a different one than the 2 that there have been before.
We do have some to give away.
That is true. We still do have a few left to give away.
We actually have like several, I think. I have like 10 in my closet.
Yeah, we have some to give away.
Should we give one away?
We can't give one away this stream, but we can do it next stream.
Why can't we give one away?
Because I'm not signed into Twitch, so I can't do the Nightbot Swoosh things.
Okay.
And I feel like just explaining you how to do it would just be too much of a hassle midstream.
Well, next stream on Wednesday.
Yeah, next stream we'll give away a plush. So, call all your friends. Tune in.
How will we give it away, Bryce? How do you win?
Be in the stream at the right time. Don't be in the stream at the wrong time. It's just
Every
simple.
time's the right time to be in our stream, Bryce.
It's just as simple as that. No, we should do it. We should make it like we should make it like a really complicated like Google survey or something, and just like with a bunch of random questions, like what will you do with this Lucia? Fucking god damn it! That's the second. I have never in my life said Lucia. I've corrected people every time they've said it. It's like my biggest pet peeve is when people say Lucia instead of Lucia. So anyone out there that says Lucia, please don't. Please say Lucia. It makes me feel better inside. I've said it twice.
Now they're going to because you've said it twice.
Yeah, it's fine. They want this plushie. They won't. Yeah, we'll give away a plushie. Oh my god, I can't speak. We'll give away a plushie next stream.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I only have one on me, so you said you have a few.
Oh, dude, I have like 10.
Okay, because I had two, but then you stole one from me the other day. You plundered it.
True.
Hey
I didn't really
Scott,
steal it. It was given to a fan.
it was given to a fan. I was joking.
Don't joke about these things.
Hey Scott, I made you some art months ago, but I made a new account that you no longer followed me on. I'd really like for you to see it, says Asher GC.
Did I not see it? Did I miss it? I don't know. Send it. Post it in the Discord.
Is it Lucia fan art? Maybe I'm gonna alternate. Maybe I'm gonna change back. Maybe I'm gonna start saying Lucia.
I don't think you will.
No, I won't, because it really upsets me to even say it as a joke. Yeah, I'd like to do another plushie. Maybe at some
someday.
point. Maybe someday. But it's kind of a hard thing to do because we're launching books this year, so we kind of don't want merch to coincide with. But we want people to buy our books. So, and our plushies, but we, space them out a little bit.
We have other stuff for you guys to buy right now. Don't worry. Bryce and Scott. That's
the Panty Bear, Bryce and Scott dot store. It took me a really long time to type that. Sorry, it's Lucia. Are you able to send me your Discord server link? I also made some watermelon art inspired by your Lucia that ended up becoming my OC. Here you go. I will drop you a link to the Discord server.
We have a Discord server?
We do have a Discord server. It has over 16,000 people in it. So that's pretty cool.
Almost 17,000.
Almost 17,000. What are we going to do for 20K? Get banned? Just get our Discord shut down.
At everybody, thanks for 20K.
At everybody, but we'll do it in the random channel. So like people don't see the and for the next 2 days, it's just people going, what was I notified for? What was I added for? Thank you. I'm in a game at the moment, but I'll join you soon. What game are you playing? What game is more important than us? I just have to know. We saw Spirited Away live action last night. The play of Spirited Away. That was pretty cool.
It was actually. I was impressed by how much I liked it.
It's 3 hours long. Fair warning. Bit longer than actual Spirited Away, but it's good.
It's worth it.
The girl that plays Chihiro is really, really good. Really, all the actors are good in it. But the girl that plays Chihiro is really good. The sets are really cool. Fucking the radish spirit looks incredible.
Dude, my goat, the radish spirit.
No Face looks great. The three heads. I was gonna say the 3 heads in Spirited Away. What they do for the play is it's a man, and he has a green head on one hand, and on the other hand he has another green head, and then his head is painted green, and he bounces himself around like the 3 heads from Spirited Away. That's all fine and good, but for some reason he was in a thong, and this was never explained. His ass cheeks were just hanging out. His bulge was just hanging out. It's very strange. What brush do you use?
I use the default pen tool in Photoshop.
Sorry, people that use CSP.
I'm pretty sure in CSP you could get the same brush just by turning off anti-aliasing or aliasing.
Oh, here we go.
Whichever one makes everything look like mine, the really hard, jaggedy bits.
If you ever do a third plush, you need to do a bunny outfit. That is probably true. That's probably what the third plush would have to be, right? We've done tech wear. We've done the yellow one.
Maybe the reason I have never done the bunny outfit for a plush is just because it doesn't, I don't know. I just don't think that it translates that well, I guess. Like, you can't really, like, the allure of the bunny outfit is like, you see the figure, you see the boobies, you see the butt. That's not really what the plushie's for, right? Like, the plushie is more cute.
I guess it depends on who gets the plushie.
Well,
Or they have a jar or not. Yeah, it would be pretty cool to do another plushie. I just don't know when we would do it. I like doing the plushies. They're really fun. I like doing like the limited run because it's kind of like an event and people get excited about it. And then we get like, really, my favorite part about doing any kind of physical thing is getting to see all the pictures when people get it. Like everyone gets their plushies and they send pictures. And like with the Panty Bear, people have been getting the Panty Bear and sending their pictures because it's really cool getting to interact with people and talk with people and, you know, bigger number, better person and seeing stuff like that. But it's really cool to actually see people having our stuff in real life and like being excited about it. That's what gets me really hyped.
The best part to me, money when people buy it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I really like. I was super excited for people to start getting their books, to start seeing pictures of it.
So if you bought the book and you didn't post a picture in the Discord, we're not upset with you, but we would like
We're
a
just
picture.
disappointed.
We would be looking forward to a picture, is all I'm saying. It would make us happy. I've been taking so many pictures of my plush recently. My two plushes, my original ones, like the ones I got, are just sitting. They're just sitting on my shelf together. They fall over all the time. I don't know. They might be falling over right now. No, they're actually standing up right now. I must have gotten upset and fixed them the other day, because normally like one of their heads are so fucking big that normally, because I have them up on my bookshelves, normally one of them just tumbles over. It was cool that the book had a hand-drawn Lucy on the first page. That is true. We're in this phase right now where we're signing a lot of the books that are going out, and Scott's drawing all over them. So if you buy a book now, you have more of a chance of it being signed than if you buy one later, because at some point we're gonna just not be able to sign all these books.
Especially when it goes live, like on Twitter and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to. You know, we're gonna try and sign as many of them as we can, but I almost certainly won't be able to be like drawing
on
them
the
and doing
first day. We
stuff.
shipped out about 40 books, and Scott hand drew 40. We both signed them, and you drew about 40 Lucia's, Kern's, Bonds, whatever Max's on the first page, like just in one sitting. Man looked dead by the end of it. At some point, I was like, you don't have to draw on all of them. And he was like, no, goddammit, I do.
But there's no guarantee of that after we go live on Twitter. I feel comfortable guaranteeing that that'll happen until it's posted on Twitter. After that, it's kind of a mixed bag.
We'll probably still sign some random book, because signing's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard to sign books.
Yeah. It's just we can't guarantee that they'll be... you know, drawn on. We're also not guaranteeing they'll be signed. Just, I mean, you know, shit happens. But
yeah, right now we're just signing them just because it's like smaller quantities. If we get like $100 or 100 like books, like we need to ship like a bunch of books in one day, it's probably not going to sign them all. It really just depends.
What we'll do as many as we can.
By the way, who produced the plushies, and what was it like trying to do the concepts for them?
That was Makeship, and they do a lot of, like, any of those artists on Twitter that you see that have their plushies done for their characters. That's probably also done by Makeship. Honestly, for the concept phase, I was not doing a whole lot other than I did the initial design for like the outfits. And I did like a sketch of what the plushie might look like, but they have their own team of artists that do like the actual design for the plushie. And I just, you know, me and Bryce gave feedback on that. And so they would like send something to us and I'd be like, oh, this is great. Like, you know, make this bigger, do this, change this, whatever. Because with any medium, you know, whether it's figures or if it's plushies, like whatever it is, you have to work within the confines of that medium. So like on plushies, some outfits just don't work that well because they don't really translate to a simplified, format plush material. And like same thing with figures is like they don't translate super well all the time. But it's fun. It's fun working within those constraints and trying to find, like, a big one was trying to figure out how to do the crab for like in a plush format, because the crab is obviously like has some weird 3D geometric shapes, and that didn't really work out in plush format. So we had to find a new way to do that, and it ended up making him basically like a ball like this. So like his eyes are 2D, and then like little claws like this is kind of what the crab looks like. Only less shitty. That's kind of what the crab looks like for the plushies. Yeah, he's in both of them.
It was so easy to work with them that I don't think I did a single thing in regards to the plushie. I think that they just approached us and we said yes, and Scott did the initial design, and then I literally don't think I did any work on the plushies at all. I just got paid for being there.
Royalties, baby.
But it was yeah, honestly, we know a fair bit of people that have worked with Makeship. We've never heard anything bad about them. Our experiences with them both times has been great. I'll always sing their praises. They're a great company. I feel like it's cool too, because I feel like they're getting bigger and bigger. I feel like you're seeing them more and more as time goes on, which is cool. I think it's cool that creators of really any size and artists and stuff, there's like this brand that can make something as high quality as a plush and do this sort of limited run campaign that has been reaching out and working with so many people. I think it's really good for the community as a whole.
Shit, dude.
Because I mean, they handle everything. We didn't do nothing. We literally just did the early designs and then told them what we liked and didn't like. So yeah, big recommend. Hi, I just tragically lost Fortnite, which is somehow not as embarrassing as playing in the first place. That's really funny that you say that. No, fuck you. I'm gonna out us. Scott and I have started playing Fortnite again recently.
Okay, you say started. I've only played once.
That is true, but you had a good time. You said you would play it again.
Yeah, well, I've not yet, so.
Yeah, we me, Scott, Shroom, and Echo all played Fortnite the other night. That was fun. Also, speaking of Makeshift, this is a weird thing. Shroom was trying to recommend me to play this random fucking game on Steam. Like, I don't even know what it was. I don't remember what it was. But he was trying to get me to play it. And I went there, and I was, like, looking at the Steam page for it. And it had they had a Makeshift plushie for it. Like, just this random-ass fucking game. I don't remember what the game was called. And so he was trying to convince me that I had to buy it because it had a Makeshift plushie. Now, you know what's a weird thing, a weird genre of game that I've been getting into lately is puzzle games. And I hate puzzle games because I'm really stupid and can't solve puzzles. But me and Shroom have done this thing where we've gotten really into like cooperative puzzle games. And so that's what him and me do. We're playing this game called Escape Room right now, which is like it's like Escape Room Simulator, I think. Which is just like a bunch of escape rooms. That's pretty tight. We played Portal 2 a while back. So if anyone has recommendations of co-op puzzle games, I'd gladly take them.
Taking puzzle game Rex?
Taking puzzle game Rex. Have you guys heard of or played Pizza Tower? I have not.
No.
Hi, I'm new to watching your stream and love how basic yet talented your art is, and it makes me feel better about doing my art.
Thanks. I think that's a compliment.
Okay, no, for real, y'all might like Stardew Valley co-op. I've played a lot of Stardew Valley. I really love Stardew Valley. He does not like Stardew Valley, I don't think, that much. I do think it would be fun. Like I think I could get him to enjoy it. But who knows?
Any music playing for me. That's why everything felt quiet.
Pizza Tower is a game reminiscent of the Wario Land games and has the aesthetic of 90s Nickelodeon cartoons. I do love the Wario Land games. Wario is my goat. Wario is the most unheralded Nintendo character, and I will die on this hill. I will die on Wario's hill.
Wasn't in the new Mario movie.
If you're getting into puzzle games, definitely try Professor Layton. Yeah, no, the Layton games are really cool, but they're not co-op as far as I know. And like I said, I don't like playing them just me. That's the problem. Because I'm stupid. And so like I can't solve puzzles full. Basically the way we play is that Shroom does most of the work, and then every once in a while I have a really good idea and I solve a puzzle. But I'm kind of like his I'm like his little partner. Like I'm kind of there for moral support. Have you guys ever heard of or seen anything from Danganronpa? I've played every Danganronpa game. I've not beaten the third one, but I'm like halfway through it. Me and my partner, me and Amy, we both really love the Danganronpa games. We've played through all of them together.
I've not, but Bryce has spoken relentlessly about them.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they're kind of like corny, cheesy, like anime horror games. So like, if you know that going in, you're gonna have a good time. If you go in like not like expecting a masterpiece of a story or anything, I don't know. They're just kind of fun.
Gonna have a bad time.
The blood is pink in the games.
Episode,
which is interesting. How about Terraria? Scott and I tried playing Terraria for a while there. We were too bad at it to make much progress. I never realized Terraria kicked your ass as much as it did.
I wanted to like it. It was just one of those things that no matter how hard I tried, it was like diplomacy. Like I just couldn't figure it out. Anybody ever played the board game Diplomacy?
Jesus fucking Christ, don't get me started on Diplomacy.
Does anybody understand the board game Diplomacy? Are we stupid, or is like the game that hard?
No, the game's that hard.
But like, how do you know?
Well, because I read the fucking rule book about 20 times when we tried. So so Scott and I, we really like our complicated games, and we really like war games. We're big into like grand strategy. I think we've talked about it plenty on stream, but we really love Hearts of Iron and Paradox games and stuff like that. That's like our whole shit. When Scott and I play games, those are the kind of games we play together. Well, we since I've moved, we've been playing a lot of board games together now because we want to play stuff with our girlfriends. And they put up with the kind of stuff we like. They like Risk. We play a lot of Risk. They like Risk. Well, Scott bought this game called Diplomacy, which we knew was gonna be fun when it had like a 25-page rule book. And so we sat down and read this whole rule book, and that took us about an hour. Yeah, it was so long we had to take turns. That took us about an hour, and then we started playing the game, and it recommends that a normal game of Diplomacy takes 4 hours, but it recommends that you play like an hour of like a fake game to teach people how to play the game. And so we were like, okay, let's try that. We started at 5 and we stopped at about 8. And we made it through like 3 turns because we encountered one scenario that we could just not figure out. We could just not figure out what the solution was. We read the entire rulebook again. We Googled. We asked fucking ChatGPT, and it gave us the wrong answer 4 times because even it was confused about what had occurred. And so we just stopped. We just quit. It's the only time we've ever quit when trying to play a board game because we just couldn't get it. And it sucked because so the way Diplomacy works, right, is it's a war game set before World War I. And everyone makes their moves at the same time. That's kind of the gimmick of the game, is that basically you have 15 minutes of diplomacy before a turn where you talk. And this is essentially like, you're right before the start of World War I, and so you're trying to prevent or cause World War I. And so you talk, you form alliances, you do things, and you can be secretive and whatever. And then you all write down your turns. You write them on a piece of paper rather than making moves. And then you all do your turns at the exact same time. Every turn happens simultaneously. And we just encountered, like, the first time we had to do a battle. The first time, like, because of course Scott and I went to war in like 2 turns. It couldn't be prevented. We just couldn't answer the question we had about it. And it was so stupid. And we got so fucking mad. So if anyone ever figures out how to fucking play Diplomacy, although I don't know if we'll ever get the Amy's to play it again. They did not seem super interested in it, to be honest.
It was annoying because the problem that we had was it felt like it should have been really basic.
It felt like it should have been
super unclear.
The first thing in the rulebook about attacking. Like, it should have been like it was so dumb. But anyway, that's Diplomacy. Which Danganronpa game / character is your favorite? I like Danganronpa 2 the best, although 1 is also great. I've not beaten 3, but I didn't like 3 as much when I was playing it. But 1 and 2 are both really good. Honestly, they're so similar that it just mostly depends on which characters you like, I think. I liked that 2 had a lot of really out there like cases and stuff like that, and it got really weird with it, which is what I like about the series. For my characters, Io or Chiaki are my 2 goats. So there you go.
Just do that.
Also, holy damn, the anatomy on that laying down power looks so good. Greetings from Mexico. Great style and evolution since your comics and webtoons. Love Lucia's design.
Man.
Oh, yo, Euro, what's up?
Yo, Yora's here? What?
The goat.
Hey. Long time no see.
The crab.
Guest of the stream.
Multi-time guest of the stream.
Quick. He sensed I was drawing power. And...
If you need to read a Bible's worth of tutorials before you start a game, then there's something wrong. I don't know, man. I played about 60 hours of Hearts of Iron before I ever understood how to play that game, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Sometimes that's what you need out of a game. You need a game where you just have to, you have to devote your entire life for a little bit to learning how to play it. Hey Bryce, did you check out that manga I recommended? No, I've not read any manga here recently. I read the first Earthsea book, and I'm reading How Do You Live right now, but I've not read any manga recently.
So you've not finished How Do You Live yet?
No, I got like 50 pages in, and then I didn't. It started raining that day. Like it's been rain. I've not gotten to sit on my porch at all because of the rain and because it's been too cold. I'll tell you what happened. You know that day where I said I was gonna like sit out and like finish the whole thing. I ended up hanging out with Amy for a while, and so I didn't have time because I was preoccupied. And then I went and sat outside for a while, and I sat out and I got ready, and I read 20 pages, and then it started to rain, and so I had to come in because it was like windy.
Imagine.
I was pretty upset about it. So no, I've not read it. I would sit outside on my porch tonight, but it's still not going to be warm. It's I don't know why it's so cold at the end of April.
Freeze warning the other day.
What the fuck? We had a freeze warning the other day. Like 2 days before that, we had a fucking fire warning. A fire warning.
That's true.
That's fire warning. And then we have a fucking freeze warning 2 days later. It's crazy. Love y'all's art. The style is phenomenal.
Thanks, man. I'm really good.
But anyway, no, I've not read any manga recently. I've been reading a lot more. I read when I'm writing comics. I read comics and manga. When I'm writing prose, I read novels. It's just what I do. So, whenever Scott and I are on a little bit of a comic hiatus right now. So I'm not writing a comic right now.
I had to take a hiatus to draw this power.
You guys watch JoJo? I think we watched like the first 2 episodes of JoJo forever ago.
We watched the first like 5
Oh,
episodes
did we?
of JoJo.
I didn't remember how
And
much it was.
At no point did we understand what was happening, so we just.
And when you ask people
the rest
about it,
of
they go, "You just got to get through the first part of it. Once you get to part 2, it's so good. Once you get past part 1, it's so good." And Scott and I are not those kind of people. That will never sell us if you tell us that. But maybe one day I'll give it a go. People talk about JoJo like it's the second coming of like manga and anime Christ. Like, I don't know. People fucking JoJo fans are crazy.
Can I have a quick aside here to talk about? I used to, for a little bit, thought it was really funny to draw eyes like this. This was really funny to me. Like with any face, you could just like do this. And I found that really funny. So in Kindred Heavens, there's like 10 pages where there's a lot of pages like that. And then we went and watched Totoro. And I was looking at all the little Totoros, and their eyes were drawn with big, perfect circles like this. And this has become my new face. This is my face at the moment right here. Like these. And like on Yora here.
Wow, way to oust yourself.
What I'm saying is I have nothing's original about what I do.
Keep the Yora in this. Just post it with that at the end of it all.
I gotta color the Yora.
Just like no context. Just leave that in the drawing. Are you calling my face funny? Yora says.
What color should the crab Yora be?
Make it the French flag. Make one arm like blue, one arm, I don't know what color is the front. Blue, red, and white, right? Do that. But like in the order they're supposed to be in. I'm not French. I don't know the order they're supposed to be in.
I think the middle one's white. Let me look it up. French flag.
Wow, Scott doesn't know
like
the French flag. Wow,
blue,
cringe.
white, and red. So we'll go like. All right, here. No, I got it. We'll do that, and then we'll do. French crab.
This is where the stream peaks. This is it. We peaked.
Is this the dumbest thing I've ever done? Ever drawn on
we
stream?
peaked. I mean, we're not gonna get better than this. This is it. As big as we're gonna get.
Had to give you a career to destroy it. Anyways, yeah, that's your. Oh wait, no, hold on. Wait. Gotta. Oh, well, I guess if I made the middle section of this white, you wouldn't be able to. That's fine. I like it better that way.
Give him the black paint under his eyes and make him a mime. He looks strung out when you do that. This is how the power drawing's going, huh? Some people will wonder which Chainsaw Man character that is.
Yora.
It's the crab devil.
Everyone's favorite Chainsaw Man devil. Yora. It says it right there, kind of.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, back to work.
I don't know.
Enough tomfoolery.
The Baguette Devil. Yora was one of our first ever guests, I think, right?
One of the first, yeah.
I know not the first, but definitely one of, because
do you remember who the first was?
Hold on, don't tell me. The first ever guest we had?
Yep.
Was it who I think it is?
Probably not.
Then no, because I thought the first ever stream we did in Discord The one we did in Discord before we started Twitch streaming.
Yeah, you're thinking of the one in Discord. It's Aega was our first.
Okay, yeah. I knew the one in Discord. I know who that one is. I didn't remember Aega was our very first on Twitch. Because for those who don't know, when we first started streaming, our first like 2 or 3 streams we did in the Discord. Because it was back when the Discord was small enough that Scott and I could like use the voice chats without a million people joining. And so we just straight up like we would just go in the Discord, the voice chat, and Scott would just like open his thing and just draw, and we would just talk with like whoever joined.
Casually flexing on the size of the Discord server. I like that.
Well, the last time we did that was when we opened the Minecraft server, and you and I we tried to like hang out in the voice chat and hang out with people, and just so many people joined. Just so many people. And it's not that anyone did anything wrong. It's just Scott and I aren't very we're not the most sociable people.
Oh, we may have you fooled into thinking that we're, huge party animals. But actually,
and it's easy when like it's about art, and so everyone's just like, "Oh my god, you two are so good." It's easy to talk to people when it's like, but when it was Minecraft and I don't know anything, people, it's who Scott and I were didn't matter anymore. They just cared about the Minecraft server.
It's easier to do it on Twitch because we could just ignore you if we want.
Jesus Christ.
So, well, I mean,
Aega was our first, and then I remember we Aega popped our guest cherry, and then I remember
memories.
We did a few streams that were like, we did the German stream, which was like Echo and Ingo, and then we did the French stream, which was Yora and Doc, one of our mods, and then we did like another stream or two, kind of like that. And so I that was really early on those streams though. That was like in our first few weeks of streaming, because I think the stream with the very first stream we did with Echo, I think had a ton of problems, right? Or maybe it was the first stream with Fly, but I remember the first time.
Yeah, it was the first stream with Fly. I think was 25 minutes
because
long.
I lost power or something. It was really
it was something like that.
Like one of us lost power or internet, and so we had to stream with Fly again the next week. That was like the first time I ever spoke to Fly. Yeah, it might have been your first time too, Scott. Was then.
I get around.
I love your art. I've also been reading your webtoon, The Panty Bear. Loving it so far. Thank you. Thank you. I wrote that.
Thanks, man. He did write that.
I just thought, because we put the Studio Baba stuff all over the book, are our names anywhere on the book?
No.
So that people are just gonna think it's your book. I had that thought the other day.
only where we signed it, and
we gotta sign every single copy.
Anyways,
we gotta sign every single copy. Damn. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that for Kindred Heavens. I want to make sure our name is somewhere on Kindred Heavens.
Yeah, don't worry, I already got that.
Nice Mario shirt. Thank you. I've had this shirt for a few years, and it's worn out. It is very faded and ugly, but I still like it.
You're faded and ugly.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Got him.
Speaking of being faded, I really wanted to buy a... it would have been, we went to the grocery store today for like half a second. I really wanted to come out with like a 6-pack of beer, just to fuck with you. But I saw that they had these like 30 packs of beer you could buy. And I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if I came out with a 30-pack of beer? But Amy talked me out of it because I was going to do it just for the bit. So.
We could work that into a tax write-off.
Yeah. We'll do the drunk stream finally.
Yeah, you're right.
Rip the Minecraft server.
I don't know if I could. Yeah, that was fun while it lasted. Honestly, we launched it at a poor time because we had just finished putting like 200 hours into a run where we were trying to do like a flawless Minecraft run. And so we weren't in a position.
We were really hating Minecraft at that point in our lives.
Yeah, not hating it. It's just like we were tired of it, and we were like, maybe if we start a server with all of the people in the Discord, like we'll enjoy it again. And that wasn't true. So what we ended up with was just a Discord server Minecraft that we didn't play. So like, why would other people play it if like we aren't playing it? You know what I mean? Like they have their own servers and stuff. So yeah, it
Yes,
lasted
our
a good
egos
while,
are
though.
that big, in case you're wondering.
I mean, have you met us?
Yeah, we
I
we
am the hype.
we don't talk about it very often, but you and I mean, I've probably played more Minecraft than any other game in my life.
Almost certainly.
I mean, I have probably just an insane amount of hours in Minecraft because I was like, I started playing Minecraft when I was young, like 12, and it was in like alpha whatever. I remember the first update I ever played on was the Nether update, I think. I think it was like right after that. And then I remember you and I started playing it together, and we all started playing it together. And like then that was it. That's all we played throughout middle school, high school. Everything was Minecraft. Everything was Minecraft.
R.I.P. Gossinger server.
Yeah, it is true. I may have to drop soon, but it's been super fun to watch. Hope you both managed to see the art I was talking about earlier. Have a nice rest of your stream. Thank you, Ash. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. Also, Feline, I saw this message that you DM'd me the other night, and I didn't respond. I was on break, so that's why I didn't respond. I honestly just forgot until right now, so my bad. You said, "Hey Bryce, I've been meaning to start working on a personal project, but I haven't done writing in a long time, so I forget what I should start with. Tips." My biggest piece of advice with starting writing any project is just to have fun with it. That sounds really silly, but like, the biggest tip I can give is just don't be like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. What you need to do is just live with an idea and have fun with it. You know, you have your base idea. I always recommend, this is what I like to do is especially if you're unsure. Sometimes you catch an idea and it's like lightning in a bottle, and it's just like you sit down and you get it done in a whole week, and you write a whole story and it comes out real quick. You have that like super innovative period. If you don't have that, honestly, I always think it's good to kind of gestate on an idea a little bit, sit on it, let it kind of grow with you naturally. But I don't know. I always sit down. What I do first, if I have my base idea, I just sit down and think about it a lot. I try and not write anything down until I'm hitting a point where I'm getting close to some kind of work on it. Because I think once you start writing ideas down, you are committing them to reality. Like you are committing them in some kind of way to being final or to being part of the book. Whereas I think when you first have an idea or you're first making a story, you just want to sit and just let those ideas all float around your head and just kind of let pull at as many different directions and things and do as much as you possibly can. And if you're talking about the actual act of writing, like you already have a story and you mean like first steps of writing, I mean, really what I'd recommend is just doing it, just sitting down and just writing. You only need to do as much pre-planning for writing as you feel you need to do to start writing. So whenever you want to start writing is the right time to start writing. Some people like to plot everything. I mean, they like to have everything figured out. Some people like to only have big plot points figured out. Some people like to have nothing figured out except for a basic idea. The only thing you got to know is how you're going to get it to the end point. Because essentially, if you don't have something fully plotted out and you just start writing, you're just saving, you're doing your plotting through your writing at that point. If you do plot everything out, then you're doing your plotting during your plotting. You just need to kind of figure out how you do that. I just recommend have fun. That's my biggest piece of advice. I don't know if you have any advice, Scott.
Yeah, I think have fun is honestly the biggest one. Is like it's too easy, and we have been victim to this quite a lot. It's really easy to get in your head and be like, oh, I gotta follow all the steps, and I gotta stick to this and do this and whatever. Just have fun with it, man. Do something weird. Get stylistic with it. Write the story for you. Whatever the shit you like is, write the story for that. What color is Power's hair? Like,
it's like yeah, like an orangish.
Yeah, it's like this.
What I like to do is write a book and then think about what the book would be like if you gave everyone in the book a gun. And just see how it would turn out.
Okay.
But no, I'm kind of being serious. Sometimes when I'm struggling, I do things like that for fun. Like I'll just think of like random scenarios like that. It's kind of have fun with it. Writing isn't so serious. Making stuff isn't so serious. And when you
Why so serious?
and when you start to think it is when you start to struggle.
You know, Bryce, speaking of struggling,
Mhm.
the next time that we're on stream, you will have taken your driving test.
That is true. Why do you say speaking of struggling?
I'm just fucking
What?
with you.
Like what? That makes it sound like I've like been like bad. They're all gonna think I suck at driving.
Are you excited? How do you feel?
Like I want to get it over with and not have to think about it anymore.
Are you confident?
Yeah. I mean, I know how to do everything. I know how to parallel park. I know how to drive down a road. I know how to get angry and yell at somebody when they cut me off. I feel like I've kind of learned everything. I know how to do that thing where you brake a little hardly to scare everyone in the car.
I was really proud of you for that one. The girls not?
Yeah, they weren't a fan of it. Do you guys plan to do any other comics featuring Lucia? Is she going to be relegated to Twitter and the Panty Bear from now on? I don't think
we
we'll
never say never.
We never say never, but we don't have any plans to do more with Lucia. And if we did do another comic with Lucia, it would either probably be something for the Patreon, pornography, or be some kind of continuation of the Panty Bear, which Scott and I have talked about. We don't really have any interest in continuing the Panty Bear.
We've already done the Panty Thief. What more do you want from us?
Yeah, but they don't know. They'll never see that. The Panty Thief will forever rot away on my computer. The Panty Thief was such a shitty spin-off of the Panty Bear that it didn't even start as a Panty Bear spin-off. It had a different title entirely originally.
The Butt Pig.
The Butt Pick, yeah. Because we were trying to be funny, like how the Panty Bear title is funny. We were like, the Butt Pick, that'll be a funny title. It was really bad. It's probably about the worst thing I've done in my career. I have your autograph in my book? That's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you for buying the book.
For buying the book. That's probably what it says in the book, is thanks for buying the book.
You know what? Everyone, if you want to buy a book with an autograph in it, you can go to BrysonScott.store and you can see how I sign books with two little sperms.
Two little sperms.
Two little sperms.
Just some spermy little boys.
They're just fly. Well, don't say that. That's weird. I also write my signature really small. I should make one giant and one really small. Like one just fucking huge. Power's hair is less orange. I've been told by my sources. Good luck on your driving test. Thank you. I'm planning to pass it. Scott told me he'll buy me food if I do.
That's true.
He didn't tell me what food. He just told me food.
Well, that's for me to decide.
I'm assuming it's going to be Taco Bell.
Do you mean more like... Because some pictures, it's really like almost pink. And that's what's throwing me off. And I don't... But that doesn't... Well, that... Well... Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks good.
I think that's better, yeah. Okay. Thanks, whoever said that. I have no idea.
It was Nordy.
Thanks, Nordy.
They confirmed that that's also good. You know, the Orioles play tonight, Scott.
Yeah, they're gonna win.
And we're in a 6-game winning streak. You know who pitched it?
I gotta do. Fuck you. Listen, we're gonna bore everybody with sports talk here for a minute. Baseball talk.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you this tweet last night, but I just need to reiterate the point.
Mm-hmm.
The Cincinnati Reds have been around. They've been a franchise for like 150 years. They're the oldest franchise in the sport. Okay? They, in their entire 150-year history until 2016, okay, in the first month of the year, they've had a 6-game losing streak only 8 times. 150 years only happened 8 times. In the last 7 years, it's happened 6 times. 6 out of 7. That's fucking crazy. Like, that's unbelievable. How monumentally awful this team is. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
So the Orioles, we're on a 6-game winning streak. Talking about streaks.
Something fall? My whole house vibrated.
Maybe that maintenance man came. Did I feel it? No. Dean Kramer pitches for us tonight. The legend against Chris Sale.
Going on outside, I guess it's fine.
Who set the house on vibrate mode?
That was strange.
Also, Sensei, thank you for the sub with Prime.
Thank you for the sub with Prime.
I hope we get... Have you ever seen that thing that famous streamers will do? Well, they'll go, by the way, you can sub with Prime, and then just like thousands of people sub with Prime, and they make a lot of money in like 2 minutes. I hope we get famous enough to do that one day. To just say sub with Prime.
Sub with Prime. Maybe it'll work.
Did you know that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you have a free subscription that you can use, then you could do it right now and give us money? We said we weren't going to beg for donations, but this is a little bit different. This isn't a donate. You get something out of it too, I think. I don't remember. Last thing before I go, what's your favorite mythology? As in Norse, Greek, blah, 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 blah.
Can you hear that? There's like a power drill outside. Strange.
No, I can't.
Strange.
Oh, actually, I can. Holy shit. Yeah, I can. I can very faintly hear it.
Well, whatever, I guess.
Anyway, I don't know. I guess Greek. I know that's probably the generic answer, but I don't pretend to know a lot about mythology.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm not a big...
I know much more about history than I do about mythology.
Yeah. Bryce, what's your favorite history?
What's my favorite? That's a really funny way of saying that. What is your favorite history? I don't know. I mean, I really like I really like reading about, like, obviously, like, Rome. Has always really fascinated me. So I have a bunch of books on Roman history, specifically around the time of Augustus. I've always been really fascinated with the World Wars. I've always been really fascinated with, like, Edo era Japan. Those three really.
Presidential history, except for James Polk.
You do. I was gonna say you do fuck with presidential history quite a bit. That noise is getting louder towards me. I don't know what it's doing. That's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there, man, but someone's doing something.
Your HelloFresh box has been dropped off. Well, that's going to have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe they robbed your HelloFresh box.
With power tools?
Yeah. They couldn't get it open.
I mean, they do tape those bitches up, but Jesus Christ.
What about you, Scott? What's your favorite history, as you put it? Dude, what the fuck is happening out there?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I
wish you all could hear it, because it keeps like getting really loud and then really quiet out of nowhere.
It's shockingly loud. Like, I actually, like, literally, I felt the apartment vibrating.
I can hear it very loud over here when it gets loud, which is crazy because we're not like that close. Anyway, your favorite history?
I don't know. I like history about people. I like sort of broad history. doesn't appeal to me so much. Like I've tried reading a history book on like the fall of Rome, or rise and fall of Rome, and it just didn't. I don't know, like it didn't engage me. But then like reading a biography on Napoleon Bonaparte, I found very compelling. Or reading one on George Washington or Winston Churchill or FDR or Teddy Roosevelt. Like I can get really into a biography of a person. I don't get so much into like grand history, I guess. Like I'm not, I'm not trying to go through the whole timeline of something.
Not trying to go through the whole timeline of something. It's like there's a bank heist going on outside. Like that's the only way I can describe it.
I don't know what color this fucking cat is.
What about science fiction? Scott and I both don't really fuck with science fiction that hard. We're much more fantasy boys.
More like science stupid.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I hurt my neck. I can't turn left, by the way.
I had to drive Scott yesterday because he couldn't turn left.
Yeah.
And so this man was
or
sitting,
look up. This is as far up and left as I can look.
This man was sitting in his seat driving, and he'd be like, "Oh, I gotta turn left," and he would turn his whole body like this, and he'd be like, "Okay, we're good," and then he would turn. It was really fucking funny to watch.
But hey, I got us there.
At one point, he was just sitting there, just like rocking back and forth, like trying to fix his back. What are your plans after stream, boy?
Dinner, and then I'm gonna sit on my porch.
Well, you hope, unless they've taken your whole porch away with them.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Is they've taken the porch.
Bye, feline. Hope you have a good rest of your night.
Feline.
Yeah, deep fry it. Just fucking, just nuke that shit, brother. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Me and Miami have started playing through one of my favorite games of all time, Persona 4. That's what we've been doing a lot recently because she's never played it, and so I've been playing it and she's been watching. I've never played Persona 4 Golden. I've only played the original Persona 4. So we've been playing through Golden together, and she's been watching me play it. Just having a good time. I asked her whether she wanted to, because she wanted to get into Persona for a while, but she didn't really want to play it. And so I asked her if she wanted to play 5 or 4. And I convinced her that 4 was the better game, and so we're playing 4. So just do that. Everyone play Persona 4 if you've not played Persona 4. Also play Persona 5 if you've not played Persona 5. Also play Persona 3 if you know what you're getting yourself into.
Gas station.
That's Persona 4.
Never mind.
The problem with 3 is that there's no one version of 3 that is like the version to play. 3 is really cool. The story is really cool. I really like the game. And most of the problems it has, outside of the biggest problems, are just the same problems that 4 has, like the dungeons being, kind of just like linear and just like bland repeats of hallways and stuff like that. The biggest problem with 3 is that, you either can play the PS2 version, which is the original Persona 3 or Persona 3 Fez, where you can only control your main party member, and your other party members you have to let the AI control them, which granted, the AI, it kind of does what you want it to do. It just is annoying not having control. Or you can play Persona 3 Portable, which fixes that problem and lets you control your whole party, but guts all of the exploration out of the game. Not that it isn't there, but it essentially reduces it all to like menus and basically makes it like a visual novel. And so you really just got to figure out what you prefer.
A war going on outside of my apartment.
It is crazy. I've never beaten 3. I actually got really, really deep into 3 one time. The only time I played it, I got really, really deep into it. I was really into it. And then I forget what the fuck I was doing. I was like on a boss or something, and I died because of the AI being fucking stupid. And I got really fucking frustrated, and I've never played it since. I keep telling myself one day I'm gonna go back and play it, but then every time I do, I think about the fact that I'd have to deal with the AI party members, or I'd have to play the visual novel version, and it just doesn't sell me. So one of these days I'm gonna play it, but who knows when? Maybe probably with my Amy at this point, since we're playing through 4, and then we're gonna play through 5 afterwards. Because I've also not played Royal. I love Atlas and I love Persona, but that trend of like re-releasing a game with a bunch of new added content, it's cool. I like having more content. When it's a 100-hour game, like I played Persona 4 and 5, and you know they're 100-hour games. They're long games, especially for me. I barely play games that are over like 15 hours anymore these days. And then like to re-release them, I have to play them all over again. Like it's a whole nother 100 hours. That's a lot for me. Royal's on Game Pass, so you can. Yeah, that's where I'm playing Persona 4 Golden. I bought Royal physically. I bought the Steelbook when it came out, so I own it for the PS4. But I'm probably just gonna play it on Game Pass because I'm playing 4 on Game Pass.
It's crazy outside, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is nuts.
They're coming for me. Oh god, I looked down too fast and I hurt my neck again. Actually, I'll explain how I hurt my neck. I was asleep, okay, and I like kind of half woke up, and I sleep on my stomach, so I'm like asleep, right, and my head's turned this way, and I guess I had an itch in my ear, so I reach like this to scratch it, and I guess I just turned the wrong way because I heard this loud crack in my neck, and it was like a few hours before I meant to wake up, and I was like, okay, I'm sure that's not a big deal. I'm gonna lie back down now, and it just hurt really bad, so I wasn't able to get back to sleep, and now I've not been able to look left for a couple days. I might have like seriously injured myself. I don't know. We'll see.
It doesn't matter if you did. You won't go do anything about it, even if you did. You'll just be like, I'll die before this bothers me.
It's not true.
It's 110% true.
No, that's only with my teeth.
That's worse.
Says you.
Dude, it's bad outside right now. It's getting worse. It sounds like we're in a tornado. Like it legitimately sounds like it's like the wind.
I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
This is probably really boring for all of you, but you don't understand what we're hearing.
It's just a cacophony of
and none of the sounds are the same. They're all different noises.
You know, like in cartoons when it's like, oh, we got to make a bunch of noise really quickly. It's like a joke, haha, funny. That's what it sounds like.
Maybe go out on your porch and look.
Like they're banging pots and pans together.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I had to bring Yora back. I forgot about that.
What are you gonna eat tonight, Scott? What's your dinner?
I don't know. I have to cook something. I forgot to do dishes, so I have to wash dishes, and then the problem when I forget to do dishes, like I have a dishwasher, but the problem is I forget to do them sometimes, so then I have to wash it by hand. So I don't know, like pasta probably.
Yeah, I think we're doing pasta too.
I think I have some pork pasta, pork cavatappi.
I had that last week. Yeah.
Was it good?
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Did it bang?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
It's not a very glowing.
Well, it wasn't like it was a lot of food. I will tell you that much. It was a big hearty bowl of pasta and pork. I really liked it. It was not my favorite pasta that I've had from HelloFresh, but it was still really, really good.
I had this one pasta from them a few weeks ago that was so goddamn good. I would get it again immediately if they added it back on the menu. It was basically like beef cavatappi.
We had this one pasta that was like fucking It was just like, it was basically chicken Alfredo, but with broccoli and bacon in it a while back. And it was really good.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we got it. It came up again this week, and we were like, oh shit, and we got it again because it was really fucking good. It's one of those things, like, it's so simple. I could make it on my own, but I don't care. It's really good. I got some fish in this box. I got, like, miso fucking apricot barramundi. Now that you're, when you started this power drawing, you were struggling with it and didn't seem to be the biggest fan of it. Now that you finished it, how do you feel? Or almost finished it?
I like it more than I did. It's pretty good. I mean, at this point, in my career, I can draw most things to a bare minimum level of satisfaction. And that's kind of what this drawing is for me, which means I'll post it online and it'll get 800,000 likes.
That is how it goes, isn't it?
Sure is.
The French crab.
Hey, Yora. I'm listening to Poker Face at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm listening to that 2000s Bops playlist that we had heard the other night.
Yeah, I'm excited for my driving test. I'm also excited to buy a car afterwards.
Bryce, you're gonna buy a car?
I am gonna buy a car, yes.
Is it a Cadillac?
It's not a Cadillac, no.
Is it a Ferrari?
Yes, actually it is. Lamborghini, actually.
6'4".
Yeah, I'm excited to buy a car, to have my own car. To, I don't know, not listen to that fucking Jaden Smith song every time I get into a car. Yeah, I'll call you.
Nah, you'll miss it.
No. There's this fucking, Scott has this like bangers rap playlist that's just like, it's huge. It just has like a ton of random songs in it. But I swear to God, Goku by Jaden Smith plays 90% of the time. It plays more. It doesn't matter that there's 20 hours of songs on this fucking playlist. This song is 19 of those hours. It's really upsetting.
Where's the first place you're gonna go when you can drive?
Olive Garden, probably. No, actually, because like I said, when I can drive, me and Amy are gonna like go out and spend a whole day together. We're probably gonna go to that retro game store first, but that's not because it's like, ooh, that's the first place we want to go. That's just because it's about it's pretty close to us. That'd probably be the first place, the last place I go. I don't know. There's a Barnes and Noble across town. I'll probably go to because I'll probably go there pretty regularly. Because I'm a fucking loser, and I like books.
That people probably don't know about me, unless we've talked about it and I don't remember. But if we have, it's not been a lot. I don't like when people drive me around. I just have a. I don't feel comfortable when other people are driving. So as you can imagine, it's been really fun teaching both of them how to drive, from scratch. But I already told Bryce that after he passes his test, that is the very last time that he will drive me anywhere. Like, to the point that I'm going to drive him home from his driving test after he passes.
That's
because
true.
after that, I'm done. Unless he fails, in which case I'm just going to find somebody else to teach him.
I won't fail. I'll be fine. I mean, listen, I've driven on some fucked up roads, okay?
That's true.
I drove us out to our fucking goddamn P.O. box.
Shout out to Keen.
Shout out to fucking Keen.
Sounds like Peen.
It does sound like Peen. I like, people like are getting the Panera books and they're gonna see the return address on them is that fucking post office in Keene. And
that person that got the copy they didn't order, they were like, I looked up the P.O. box. It's like, it was just a cafe.
And we were like, yeah, we were just as confused about that as they were, to be fair. Like when we went to the post office and it was just a cafe.
The room that the post office is in, it's maybe 4 foot by 5 foot.
It's
tiny.
It's smaller than it's maybe the size of like a bathroom without a shower. Like a half bathroom.
And they just have a wall of P.O. boxes.
And a
bunch of
Dragon Ball
old
Z shirt.
men just come in and use their P.O. boxes. I don't know if we were just unlucky or if that really was the most action that post office has gotten in years.
It's just really fun, except that person made me think like people are gonna probably like look that up and be like, oh, I wonder if I can see like where they're at, and they're just gonna see this fucking P.O. box in the middle of absolute nowhere. It's not that close to us, for reference.
No, it's
pretty fucking out. We picked one pretty fucking out of the way. It's a bit of an obnoxious drive.
We had to save some money.
That is true. But yeah,
it's not that we don't trust you. We just don't want you to be able to find us.
Which I think is fair. I don't think anyone would think we're weird for that.
And you know what? If they do, that's probably the people that
I was gonna say if they do, that's probably the people we're concerned about. We just don't want anyone that loves us too much, you know? We're not very personable. We can only take so much love. But yeah, that fucking post office is out in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's nothing but shitty little roads to drive to it on.
How much I don't like people driving me around. I had nightmares about Bryce driving me.
Which is true. And the nightmares were like crazy shit. Like, and it was like shit that isn't even close to, it was like, and then he ran over this person and he killed this person and he did this and that. And like, I've never come close to doing anything even remotely like that.
They're just stress dreams, man. But I'm almost to the end. I'm almost over it. So like when after you have your license and everything, if we go out to like the movies, are you gonna like drive separately and meet us there, or are you just gonna ride with me?
No, bro, gas is expensive. What the fuck? What are you on about? No, fuck you.
Well, I didn't know just how excited you were to drive.
I'm not that excited to drive. I don't like spending money. I'll do anything I can to avoid spending money.
That's true.
You don't want the feet people to find where you are. They'll tear you apart. No, I feel like Scott, ever since he started feeding the feet people, I feel like they've been a lot better. They've been more subdued.
I don't know. They get pretty angry if I have any.
If you ever like don't draw feet.
There were no feet in the finale of the strip game, and boy, howdy, were some people upset about that. They were more upset about that than the game ending.
I feel like being like loud about how much you like feet is more of a gimmick than like people like actually like caring that much. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like I just feel like it's yes, need feet. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind, I take it back. I take everything back.
Don't incite the feet people.
Hey, I got nothing but love for the feet people. People can like what they like.
Bryce's feet people.
That's not true. You know that's not true.
Well, Don't say that. That sounds.
Well, actually, that does sound bad. I was just saying you know me so well. You know every part of me.
Don't say that either, please.
You know me inside and out.
Just don't speak.
Make a feet Patreon exclusive. Make feet Patreon exclusive, just like the whole shit.
Subscribe to the $20 tier. It's all feet.
Tier. You know, we've been
it's variants of all of my drawings just with feet.
We've been trying to. Yeah, it's called the feet tax. Actually, it's like the tax you have to pay.
You have to have an IOSS number for it.
We've been talking about doing like. We've been talking about doing like a new tier for Patreon. You know, you and me have been floating this idea around. This is a little bit of an inside scoop. We should just make it just the feet tier, and just charge it up really high, like $100.
Do you guys pay $100 for feet?
No, but I bet if it was like furries, people would. Furry people are crazy. They'll do anything for them. If you drew an Anthro Lucia, we'd be millionaires. And I firmly believe that. That's not a dig at anybody. I have respect for all my homies out there.
Respect for furry kind.
Respect for furry kind. Feet are cute if you draw them cute. I have respect for people of all kind.
I'll draw feet while we're here.
Everyone will be quiet while Scott draws feet. Beautiful champ.
He's got like a coke nail on
Could you imagine if we launched a feet tier and this was the first post? Do you think people would fuck with us ever again?
We'll do. Gotta get some skin.
I would say that would have been a funny April Fool's joke, but we might have actually gotten like murdered for that.
We'll do. Oh.
This is still going, huh?
Yeah. And then we'll do.
Can you draw
shadows.
a little tiny body connected to the top of the foot? Just like a little round body that encompasses all of a human's body?
Yeah. Give me a second. I gotta work on.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I gotta add some purple for the veins.
Oh god. Yora says this is what I come back to. Scrub, did you hear about that Porcoloins got harassed by foot fetishes a while back because she cropped feet out of a Larxene strip game?
No, I didn't.
No. What is this? Gangrene?
Can't have it go out of the lines. There we go. And then
It's exactly what I wanted.
There we go. And we'll give him a little top hat. What do you guys think about this? Is this why you're here? Are you happy that you showed up now?
Would you pay $20 a month for this?
Gonna take a picture of this, send it in the Discord server. The people that aren't in the stream will be very confused, and that serves them right.
Imagine someone joins the server and they're like, man, I really love Scott Mallon at twitter.com. He's my favorite artist. And then that's the first thing they see.
Yeah, well. Do this.
You know,
Do a little
usually
merch
I don't
later.
shut the fuck up, Scott. Usually I don't want to see an ad when I enter stream, but considering the fact this is what's on my screen, I'm kind of glad a Taco Bell ad was the first thing I saw. Shout out to Taco
Kind of
Bell.
looked like Taco Bell. I could see this being a Taco Bell menu item. What I don't know what to do for the background. I've not done a post sheet in so long. I've forgotten how to do backgrounds.
Just do that.
No, that's not good.
Blood.
Sexy and I know it.
What?
That's playing for me right now.
Huh?
Sexy and I know it, the song.
Okay. What about it?
Do you remember it?
Uh-huh.
That was it.
That's
It's
it?
playing for me right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's
You're
it,
listening to
that's
your
the whole-
playlist.
Yeah.
I spaced out for a minute. I was really confused.
Bryce does space out in like an alarming amount. I'm actually a little concerned for him.
It happens. I'm not always fully cognizant of the world around me. That's how I like to say it. Sometimes I just space out.
I would like to have her saying something, but I don't know enough about her to do
Well,
that.
she's racist towards humans. That's like her gimmick. That's why when you first started drawing her, people said, "Oh, you're drawing my favorite racist."
Oh, I see.
So I don't know. Have her say something racist towards humans. There you go. I did it.
What does she say about humans that's racist?
That they're stinky. They're smelly. Ooh.
Is that true?
Gross. No, it's typically a lot meaner than that. I wish I could draw as good of you. I can't even shade properly on Photoshop. I don't. If you ask Echo, Echo could probably give you a real good, like something real good. I can't think of anything off top though.
All right, I have an idea. I didn't have an idea, but I thought that by saying that, it would...
Copyright free pose.
That's pretty funny. No, I won't do that. Boobs.
No one man should have all that power. Remember the Uchiha clan. I don't know.
Yep. That's it. That's the drawing. No, I don't know. I'll think of something.
Yeah, Yora said I never flush the toilet. Yeah, you could say something like that. Because that's kind of like a thing.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I don't know shit about power, so...
You could also say something about cake. People love when she talks about cake because it's associated with a funny haha moment in the series.
I never flush the cake.
People like the cake.
Cake. Cake.
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah.
Cake. 500 million. No, that's... cake. Yeah. That's good, right? That's something Power would say. That's, you know, everyone's favorite Chainsaw Man, Power. That's good, right?
Wow, you left a mistake in your drawing almost. Cringe.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't though. I'm trying a new style thing. I'm changing things up.
What? Wait, you're bad?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask Echo.
Scott, you should paint the line art in her eyes red.
Should I? You think? Let's try it. Let's try it and see what it looks like. Like this? Like that red? I don't think that looks particularly good. Hold on.
Since her crosshairs are red, apparently. So essentially, you're being inaccurate, you motherfucker.
Style. I really tried to avoid zooming in on our camel toe so far this stream.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's happened just because it's there, but that just seems like, you know, not super Twitch safe.
It's fine.
But, like, I can't avoid it. It's
Thick
there.
with the Q just showed straight up pornography on our stream.
That's true.
We're still here.
And then was really confused when we were laughing about it.
The goat. We should get involved in Twitter drama, Scott.
Should we?
Yeah, I don't know. We should like start feuding
I'm
with
pretty
somebody.
proud of the fact that I've never been involved in Twitter drama.
That is true.
Except for that one time people thought I was a Nazi, but...
Yeah, but that wasn't really any. That was just people being fucking stupid.
Isn't it always?
That was one of the stupidest days of your life.
Echo said, get 75% off of your next Papa John's order by using code Malin. Is that a Chainsaw Man reference that I don't understand?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
I don't know if you should say that though, because I feel like that's crossing into branding territory you probably don't want to be in.
You think so?
I don't know. I mean, you do you. Start a Twitter fight with an alt account. We already did that. That's actually that's already
true,
been done.
Actually,
we already ran that joke into the ground. And when we bring it up, people that get it, get it. People that don't get it, don't get it. Fuck Bunny Gun though.
Fuck Bunny Gun.
All my homies hate fucking Bunny Gun.
I got it. I'll just ask ChatGPT.
Also, can I get some hints on clothing? I never understand with what logic make the parts where it folds.
Yeah, we'll do that after I figure out what I want power to be.
Wow, Scott cares more about his own work than other people's work. Self-centered.
Drawing power from Chainsaw Man. What is something funny she could say? It says Chainsaw Man is actually a manga series by Fujimoto Satsuki, and the main character is Denji, a devil hunter with the ability to transform into a chainsaw-wielding demon. However, if you meant to say that you're drawing a character inspired by Chainsaw Man, then a funny line for a female character could be, who needs a manicure when you've got chainsaw hands?
What the fuck?
What? Hey, grovel human, my name is Power. That's what Echo said.
Yeah, that sounds more like what she would say. The 500 million, that's a pound cake though. I still think that's the best one.
It's pretty funny, if nothing else, for the moment. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah. I mean, does it make sense that she's saying that with this expression though?
No, not. I mean, she kind of says stuff with a smile on her face. Listen, you know you're probably gonna change it in like 5 weeks anyway, so why don't you just do it for now?
This is going up next week, dude.
Oh, well then I don't know.
So the ChatGPT is acting like it doesn't know who Power is what's happening.
I don't know. I'm not the AI.
This is weird. ChatGPT's been really censored lately. Like, it won't write full code anymore. It won't do like, it won't acknowledge certain things. It's super weird. This is a very weird response. Okay, what if I just regenerate it?
Chainsaw Man never existed. It's all in your head.
Chainsaw Man is a male character from the manga series of the same name, so it seems like there might be a bit of confusion there. However, if you're looking for something funny that could be said while drawing Power from Chainsaw Man, you could try, "I've got a cutting-edge sense of humor, don't you think?"
That's fucking stupid.
ChatGPT trying to fuck on me, trying to ruin my whole shit. All right. I like this face a lot, actually. This face is pretty good too. This face is decent. I don't like this face very much.
And there you go. Those are the faces that Scott does and doesn't like.
Well, I guess I'll just wait on oh, and then Yora crap.
I still think you should leave that in the post that goes up.
And then while I wait on Echo to get back to me, what was the question? How do you draw boobs?
Folds of clothing.
Boobs, you have an 8 like this, and then you draw a circle. No, triangles. And what I mean by that is everything tends to folds are very difficult to draw, but the way I think about it is like, I think you should practice imagining certain pieces of cloth dropping. So like if you had a sphere, right? Just a sphere. Oops. You had 2 of them. Okay. If over top of these you dropped a piece of cloth, right? So say like you had a piece of cloth like this over it, just a square piece of cloth, and you dropped it onto it, you might get something like, you have to think about how it would like wrap around the top, right? It wouldn't be touching directly because there'd be some depth there. But when it gets here, it wouldn't like wrap around. So it would kind of bunch up and like, I don't know, I guess I can think about how like these would continue to fall, like the corners after this area is on it. So like you would end up with something like this. And this is what I mean by triangles, right? Where it's like, it kind of bunches up. So it would probably look something like this, would be my guess. But it also depends on the fabric, right? Like if you were doing the same thing, this is a pretty thin piece of fabric. If you did it with like a really thick piece of fabric, like, you know, you had a fucking quilt or a comforter up here, and you were dropping it on it, it would be like, it wouldn't move quite as much. So you'd probably get something like that. Anyways, so how does that work into fuck you, Scrum? What?
What?
Sent this in my DMs. Anyways, But anyway, so how does that turn into triangles on like clothes? So you do the same sort of thing, right? Where you're like that same ball thing, you're just thinking about it over the form. So like the form for this drawing here is like something like this, and then like you have the torse under here, something like this, and you start thinking about how the clothes would go over that, and like they're bunched up here because they're tucked into the shirt. So again, you got like triangles going on. So yeah, this is triangle. Like this is a triangle. Like this. This is a triangle. This is a triangle. 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 Like it's just all triangles everywhere, and this is kind of how you do it. Like, triangle, 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 triangle. It's kind of just a way to cheat it, I guess. Like, obviously, when I did this drawing, I didn't go in and plan out every single clothing fold or even spend a ton of time really trying to do that. I kind of just cheated it with the clothing or the triangles. So that's a good way to at least pretend like you know what you're doing. So like if you had like a sleeve, right? And like so say you had an arm here and like here's your hand. You have a deformity. But say you have like an arm right here and you have a sleeve and the sleeve is rolled up to like this, right? Then you would know that it just bunches up, so you can kind of do like this little number and do that little thing, and you can see it's just like triangle, 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 and it kind of works. Like I said, it's cheating a little bit, but it works in a pinch. You also, if you want to spend a lot of time on clothing folds specifically or make them look really good, just use reference. I mean, that's probably the best piece of advice that I can give you. Like actually getting it perfect from memory is really, really difficult. So just do use some reference. Make it easy on yourself. How's that for an answer? Does that help anybody?
Just do that, as they say.
Just do that. Well, I guess that it's, for now, this is what she'll be saying.
You sound so disappointed about it.
Well, it's not quite as funny as I wanted it to be. But I'll probably fix it later. I don't know. I have a week before I post it. Or it'll just get posted with this exact same caption. And that'll be what we do.
And you'll be really upset about it. I think it was the right call to make her eyes red.
Yeah, that was good. Whoever said to do that
Scrub.
was a good idea. Oh, it was Scrub. I might change him back now. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I hate that actually, but I won't do it. I'll play it safe with my bright colors.
Wow, Scott unwilling to take chances.
That's true. I'm playing it safe.
Wow.
What do you mean? Is there not a chance drawing Power from Chainsaw Man? Nobody knows this character.
Scott, ChatGPT did.
You know what? That's true. No, it acted like it didn't.
It did.
But it did.
It fucking lied. The coward.
She looks like a demon, or she went into the sun for too long. True. Well, yeah, I guess look for this on Twitter next week. That's about it. I mean, we can call it there if you want.
Yeah, it's been a good stream. Hope everyone's had a good time. It's been fun. Yeah, you got someone to raid?
I'm looking.
Wow. Oh. I pulled the Twitch back up. How dare I?
Probably should have found this first, but
wow.
like it's not recommending me like super low view counts anymore. I liked when we were rating people like 6 viewers. Maybe it's because of this new system.
This new fucking system.
This new Twitch. Twitch ruined fucking everything.
Twitch has gone downhill. We left and they fell apart.
Fell off, dude.
They fell off.
Alright, I got somebody.
Yeah, okay, everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday.
Yeah, we just hit 100 viewers for the first time. So we're ending the stream.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, be nice to We Raid.